Kansas City Paranormal Conference, and we went off to look at a tree.
Yeah. I said, Denise, I think there's a portal in there. And she's like, oh my God, who's this guy?
Let's go. And so when somebody posted that picture, said, if they're calling your name down there, will you go? Of course I went. You said, let's go. I went. I mean, I'd only met you on, this is the first time I met you in person, and we're walking off in a neighborhood that's not the best neighborhood.
No, it's not.
And we just go, and there we go, But it was just funny. And Ron didn't even know I was gone. That's what's even funnier. He had no clue I had even left.
Hey, and you know what, Ron? Ron's a great guy too. I enjoy spending time with both you guys. It's great.
We have a lot of fun. That's the best part about all the things that we get to do with the people that we meet. Even though we, really one of the very last times we've done anything was when we were with you. We've only done very few things this year because of my illness. So, but, it worked out the way it was meant to.
Absolutely.
So,
God has a plan for all of us.
Yep. And like I said, I am just so glad that your plan did not go as slow as I think that you thought it was going to go in the beginning.
Mm-mm.
Because I remember you, when you posted about taking down the network, because you had Beyond the Light Network, a whole bunch of shows, right, on your network, and that you said that you were going to step back. And I remember how sad you were about all that. And I was afraid that it was going to take longer than a couple months for you to heal.
I tell you, Denise, it was some of the darkest, most discerning times of my life. My wife and I, we talk about it all the time. I mean, there was a time when, my oldest daughter, that I have a really close bond with, stopped talking to me.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and I blame these astral predators, this dark energy. And you know what? As soon as I shut down, as soon as I said, you know what, I'm going to take time for me, and I'm going to pull away. Now, I'm not going to say that it wasn't hell, because it was sheer hell. I mean, I actually, there were entities that would show up, Denise, and say, hey, Chuck, you need to go out in your car. You need to start it, and you need to stay in the garage. You need to die. Okay? I had those interactions with spirit. And, those 2 months were the darkest times of my life. But looking back, I had to go through that, in order to rise above, you know what I mean? To find God again. And, that'll seem like one of those things that, that I say over and over. And I know a lot of people roll their eyes and, whatever. But this is when I truly found my spiritual path of where I should be, how I should act, where I should go with it. And I finally just said, you know what, God, okay, you're in command here. Lead me in the right direction. You know what? Boom. Life got a lot easier. My daughter contacts me right away. As soon as I shut down this Beyond Light network with these different shows, I knew that God was pushing me to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? To follow the lead that he or she, because I'm going to say that the God isn't a sex, okay, in the human sense.
Right.
It's one of those things. It's truly an amazing change.
So we're coming up here on a break, and so everybody knows it's going to be a 3-minute break here in just a little bit. So you're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. So you guys know, you can also listen to other shows on the network. On Friday nights, we've got Ghost Talk Radio with 187 PI with Shelley Burke Robinson. So tune into that and check that out. But we're going to be going to break. So go get a drink, go to a potty, whatever, and come back. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experienced Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. I am here with my friend Chuck Banks. He is a really good author. I suggest you go out there and check out his Amazon page. Or, Chuck, what's the best way to get a book from you?
You can message me on Facebook, Charles Anthony. And if your friend requests me, I am close to that 5,000, whatever the hell they call it. But I will message you back. Or you can email me at pointofascension1972@gmail.com. I am actually selling books under what they, less than what they would cost on Amazon, and I will sign them and ship them to you as I get them in.
Perfect. So check that out. If people wanted to see, and so if they just wanted to see what books you have, the best place to go look is to go look out on Amazon to see what they are.
Sure. If you type in Charles Banks author Amazon, it's going to bring you up on my page, and it's gonna bring that up. Recently, I have switched over my Death the Saga and my Midwest Paranormal Road Trip to Haunted Road Media with Mike Ricksecker and his group, but I am keeping Peering into the Void and the Butthurt Saga kind of independent at this point.
Oh, right. Because I'm going to be having Mike Ricksecker on after the first of the year.
Great guy.
Well, he's my publisher as well. So, in case you guys didn't know, there's a book out there with a story that I wrote in it. So you'll have to check that out. Too bad I can't remember the name of the book.
Is it Experiences? No, it's not that.
Derek knows what it is, but it's on my kitchen table. But I'm not going to go out there to get it.
The book you can't remember.
It's a book I can't remember. But you know what? When I have a whole book written, I will get that. So I wanted to say something before we go, or before Stephanie leaves. Stephanie, we are so sorry for the loss of your mother-in-law. We are saying prayers for you. We are all very sorry for the loss. So give Donnie and Zach a hug from us, and just know we're there with you in spirit.
Tons of prayers, my way as well. True messages from heaven. Love you, buddy. And, tons of prayers and healing and warm well wishes sent.
So just know we're all thinking of you. So back to the show. Again, like I said, there's so many people out there that need our prayers, whether some of them, they don't know they need our prayers, but those people, I'm not going to say, in fact, I want everybody to keep Rick Rose in their thoughts as well. There's nothing bad going on. He's just been going through a little PTSD from his time over in Iraq and Afghanistan. So I want everybody to keep him in their thoughts and prayers, and I've been a little worried about him. So there you go. The name of the book that my story is in, as well as Tom McNichols, his is in there as well. McNicholas. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. I need water, but my water boy is not going to get it.
Didn't know anything about it.
I know, he didn't know anything about it until just now.
Not
Encounters of the Paranormal Volume 4 is the book that my story's in. So, but, how many books have you written, Chuck?
Oh boy, I want to say that Peering into the Void is number 7, but I actually put 4 books in one when you look at Death the Saga. So, that could be 4, and then you got Around the Dinner Table, Religion and Politics is 5. Midwest Paranormal Road Trip was 6. This is number 7, and then the Midwest Paranormal Road Trip 2. The Short Bus Diaries will be coming out sometime around February on the Haunted Road Media, brand.
I can't wait to read it. I wonder, I can't wait to see which locations are in that one.
Ooh, And, I have about 13 or 14 locations in there. I always go back to the Edinburgh Manor in Malvern. I mean, they're going to be in a lot of my books because I go there quite a bit. And I know the owners and all that sort of stuff. But there's some new stuff in there, Denise, and I think it'll blow people away. This book, the part 2 is much darker than the first, however.
Well, you were going through a lot darker things at that time.
Absolutely.
And tendencies happen to be that when you're in a darker place, darker things tend to happen.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
I can
go ahead.
I can sit in the basement tonight, Denise, and I don't feel any darkness.
Well, that's good because I'm not hearing any.
No, it doesn't happen very often.
How many times have I told you that I've heard stuff behind you? Heard stuff behind you while we've been talking.
Oh, absolutely. The scariest was I think it was about 4 years ago. I was on Spaced Out Radio show, and Dave said, "Chuck, I'm hearing the spirit saying, 'Hello, hey, wake up, get out of there.'" And it's crazy. It's crazy when those things happen.
It is, and especially people who don't really know about your basement. Because the first time I heard it, I didn't know anything about your basement. You showed me some pictures back in June and was telling me about it, and it's like, I had no clue. And the stuff that I had said about it was before then, so it's just kind of weird. So I'm just kind of laugh about it, but I don't know. I'm glad that the darkness has receded.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it stays that way.
I do too, because the thing about it is that the darkness is so alluring at times. And I look at the times in my life, differing times, when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, when I was in my 30s, when I was in my 40s, it was all a little bit different. But I feel that I've grown up a little bit when you look at that spiritual component and the ability to discern, the darkness and to avoid that through God. And it's changed things. It's been a game changer. When
the darkness started happening to you, was it because of something that you brought on yourself?
I